my son writing a story. Oh, these are so beautiful. Keep them coming into the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So today we're going to talk about how to write hope. And I think that when we begin to think about hope, there's a lot of gravitas when we come to this conversation. I think hope is one of the hardest things to write about. It's like maybe trickier than anything else is how to write a truly hopeful poem. So I think there's a lot of gravitas that's implied in it, and I think that there's a lot of responsibility that's implied in it. And I think that ultimately it's really holy labor to write to hope and to try and do justice to what hope is and do justice to it well. So I have a couple of framing quotes. Before my workshops, I always like to put what we're going to talk about in the context of people who have been talking about this for millennia, right? And I have just two quotes to begin us. The first is from Tolkien, who I always have a complicated relationship with. I love Tolkien. I was raised on Tolkien, but sometimes his binaries of good and evil feel unbelievable to me. But when I'm really in my darkest hour, there's something very comforting about rereading or rewatching The Lord of the Rings. And he says, "The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places, but still there is much that is fair. And though in all lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater." And then Khalil Gibran, who says, "The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain." So we're just going to kind of hold those quotes with us tonight as we move through the workshop and we think about what is the responsibility when we enter the world of hope? What do we also have to make room for? And I think it's about, as it's beginning to be named, about the complexity and the nuance between all the spaces that hope haunts and inhabits. So today we're going to cover what I hope is kind of a little bit of a conversation. We're going to talk about what readers most need from us when we're writing hopeful poems, what's helpful, what's potentially not helpful. And then we're going to explore 4 ways to write hope. So these are strategies that poets and essayists use to help communicate true hope that doesn't feel manipulative or disingenuous or shallow. How do we really earnestly write something that can feel hopeful? And we're going to generate a seedling or multiple seedlings of a draft. So you won't come out of here with a finished piece, but hopefully you'll have a couple of